Hi there, my name is Vanessa. I am a pop culture baker. Today we are going to make the Great Canadian Baking Show's milk chocolate digestives with a pop culture twist. And what's going to make it a pop culture twist, instead of cutting it in round circles as the recipe calls for, I'm going to use this lovely Death Star cookie cutter. So here we go. So what do you need for it? Well, you need 1 cup of whole wheat flour. You need a 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, also a 1/3 cup of wheat bran. I'm using 2 different measuring cups, so just no cross-contamination there. You'll need a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, which I have over here. And then you need which I didn't quite prepare for this, but you need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So that's the dry ingredients. And then you also need a 2/3 cups of unsalted butter and 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk to bind the dough together. And then I'll get to the chocolate later, but you'll need 3 cups of chopped milk chocolates to temper it to do the backside of the chocolate digestives. So we are going to start measuring, and then we'll start making the dough. So here you can see that I put in the cup of whole wheat flour, the 1/3 cup of wheat bran, the 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and in there is the salt and the 1/2 teaspoon of salt and the 1/4 cup of sugar. So we're going to pulse this to blend all together. So yeah, this is all nicely pulsed together. So next we're going to add in a 2/3 cup of cold unsalted butter cut into cubes. So that's the 2/3 cups of butter that is in there. So we're going to pulse it until it becomes coarse crumbs. So that looks like coarse crumbs to me. So now we're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of cold milk, but I think I might a little bit more just to make sure it does blend it together. So here we go. So now we're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of cold milk, but I think you might need a little bit more, so we'll see. We're just going to go add it right now. So I added in about 2.5 tablespoons of milk, and the recipe says that it should hold to the dough should hold together when you squeeze it, so you know that's when it's moistened up. So it looks like it's squeezed. So the recipe says to, I'm just going to remove the blade because I just don't want to get cut. Is to turn it over onto a counter, which I will, and just knead it together. So we'll do that. I'll wipe it down here. Let's squeeze the dough a bit together before I take it out of the Okay, so now we're bringing the dough together. So yeah, this is the dough that I'm starting to knead and bring together. This is the dough that's all come together. So now I have to roll it out on a floured surface into a 1/4 inch thick, which I'm going to use this actual rolling pin that actually has these markers to make sure that it is a 1/4 inch thick, and then we'll be cutting into the cookies, and we're gonna put them on a 2 baking sheets lined with parchment paper. So now I am going to start rolling out the dough. I'm gonna flour our surface. Ugh, boy. And I'm going to now roll the dough. Hopefully this rolls. Okay, so we're getting somewhere here. So it goes into a 1/4 inch thick. I am using rolling pins that has these little markers to make sure that I do roll it into that exact thickness. So just make sure you keep the rolling pin floured, because some of the dough is sticking on that. And I'm turning the dough so it just that I get some even rolling. Usually these markers tell you when you're a 1/4 thick when you can no longer really roll anywhere. So let's see. So according to my cookie cutter, or my cookie rolling sheet, I am a 1/4 inch. There you go. So there is the dough all rolled out and ready to be cut. I don't know how many I'm going to get of it. I think I'm supposed to get 18, so let's see. So the moment is we're going to take the Death Star cookie cutter and we're going to see let's see if we can get it to turn out. Just going to flour that. That's kind of cool. I thought this was kind of cool. I was just flouring the cookie cutter and then to make sure nothing sticks, and this is the shape it came out. So that was kind of cool. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna start cutting the cookies. So it looks like it did turn out pretty awesome. So I'm going to put this first one onto a lined baking sheet. Yep, so we have those shapes all cut out, ready to go. So looking forward to this. So I watched the episode again, and then I did see that you actually do need 18. So I got 12 on this plate, and 6 here, and then some Moons of Endor, and I think we are good to go and bake. So this will go into a 350 degree oven, and it's going to bake for 16 to 18 minutes. I will probably switch the baking sheets halfway through just to make sure there's an even bake, and then it's ready to go. So after 16 minutes, I took it out of the oven. I let it cool on the cookie sheet on the pan for about 2 minutes, and then I took them off the pan and let them cool completely on this cookie sheet or cooling rack. And now next step is after they cool, we're gonna temper some chocolate and coat the backside. So let's see how that goes. So now we're gonna temper about 3 cups of milk chocolate that you're supposed to chop, but I'm using these wafers, so hopefully that cuts down on the chopping time. So now we're gonna try to attempt to temper the chocolate. So you actually need to take out You actually only need the 3/4 of this, what I have here, and then the remaining 3/4, the remaining one that I take out is going to help with the temper process. So here we go. So we're starting to temper here, and we're supposed to go to 45 degrees Celsius. We're almost there. And then we're going to take it off the heat and then add the other bit of chocolate. So I took it off the heat and then I added in those extra chocolate that I left behind. And I'm supposed to stir constantly, but I'm filming this so I can't stir. But anyways, I'm supposed to stir it up until it goes to 27 degrees. So I'm not quite there yet. I can see why Claire Staffitz of Bon Appetit hates tempering chocolate, because it takes forever to temper chocolate. So I'll be back once this reaches the temperature I need for the tempered chocolate. Because after it goes to 27, I need to get it back onto the simmering water to hit about 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, and then it's finally tempered. But I'm going to skip all over that, and then what you're going to see afterwards is me dipping the cookies into the chocolate, and then have it all finally decorated. And that's when you'll see the final product. All right, see ya.